What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another match reaction, the last one before the international break already. Season just kicked off, but it's done. We have two week break, yes, where there's no relevant football, I'm gonna say, but we won. We got the 3 points, and that was needed. That was it needed to be a given. At the end of the day, it was kind of a given. There was no excuse for not beating Empoli, who are a clear relegation side. They're a very poor team. They have actually nothing about them, if we're being completely honest. And that's actually when they're playing a team in Juve who didn't even I want to say need it, but weren't able to switch it up a gear or two, and they still were completely toothless. But we got the points. That's an important thing, I guess, especially early on in the season. Um, and we move to the international break, and then we come back and we will talk about what could be, and we will do that in the Jesus Christ during the international break. But as of now, like the video, subscribe, and let's go into the match reaction. Okay. Just starting off by saying it's a deserved win. Were we amazing? No, no. I don't think anyone really expected that. I think we can say now that those first 45 minutes against Udinese were kind of a fluke, and we will more see what we've seen today, because the proof is in the pudding, and we've seen it for the last 2 seasons, especially last season. This is how we play. It's not fun, it's not attractive, it's not exciting. It isn't. At times it's very frustrating, even today. But overall, you played a team that's deprived of any real quality, if we're being completely honest. They're probably gonna be relegated, or gonna be in a relegation fight. If not, then we're gonna play even worse teams than this, and that's kind of strange. But I think throughout those 90 minutes, I never had a feeling like we're going to concede, even though it was 1-0 for a very long time, and we weren't really pressing them, especially in that second half, and we were not really creating chance after chance or whatever, or really being dangerous. You just felt that Empoli side has nothing about them, and they're not going to score. You can play 1,000 minutes, they're not going to get that goal unless it's a fluky one. So credit to us a bit for that, because you kind of neutralized them, excuse me. I will do the player ratings video afterwards, and I will go individual, and I will, because people are already texting me, because I have agendas. I don't have agendas. I have an opinion, and I will change my opinion if I have proof enough. I'm not going to change my opinion based on 2-3 games, because that's being flip-flop, and I'm not going to do that. It's like my Allegri take. I gave him months, and at one point I'm like, it's enough. I'm not going to change my opinion. I don't think he's good enough, and I think we need to move on. And I've never changed my opinion after that. After I said, now it's enough, I made my mind up. That's what I think about that player or a coach. Individually, I will go into player ratings, but as a team, as a whole, I think it was okay. Like, it was okay. It was a typical Juve way. I'm going to call it a typical Allegri win. I think the back was solid enough. It looked kind of weird at times, but that was because we made individual weird decisions, not as a whole, like, not that we got outplayed or whatever, not that. I'm not gonna praise, I'm gonna praise a defender for scoring a goal, but if a defender doesn't score a goal, I'm not gonna come on and say, oh, it's crap, like, whatever. But Danilo was good today. He was solid. He was winning his duels consistently. He got 2 goals. He got 1 goal that standed. And he was good. He was commanding, and I think that backline just looks better with Gatti in it. I will stick by it, because I think he's more aggressive. Gatti, he's not perfect. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say he's Chiellini or prime Bonucci or whatever. He just looks more. He looks more solid than Sandro. And I know the bar is extremely low, but that's what we created at the club at this moment in time. But he looks more comfortable on the ball. He looks more aggressive, and I think that backline looks more at ease if Gatti plays. That's just my opinion. Overall, they had an okay game. I thought Danilo was the best out of the three today, in my opinion. Gatti stood out because we were comparing it to Sandro, and Sandro doesn't stand out. He stands out in a negative way. Danilo, excuse me, Gatti did that in a positive way today. So good for them, credit for them. Really quickly on Prin, not that he made any errors, but he's really poor with his feet. Like, there was a time where I was like, just stop playing it to him, just help him out. Don't put him in that situation because he's not good with his feet. We knew that. Just to put that out there really quickly. That midfield was kind of uninspired, if I'm gonna say. It was kind of all the same. It was predictable. It was slow, which I don't get because I get it, but like in that midfield and just in general, like the entire midfield department, we have quality enough to play a different type of football, like quicker, give and go, 1-2, switching up play. But we take it so extremely slow that we turn it into situations where we just give the ball away, because it's extremely slow. It's so predictable, even for opponents. And that's what I took away from that midfield today. I thought Miretti, again, I don't know how he does it. Great positioning, but his final decision making has been poor, really poor, especially this season. Like, I don't know what it is because he gets in positions, even in the second half, when he was on the edge of the box, and it's like, wow, nice. Like, you're there, and then he controls the ball, and he has some doubts. Do I need to shoot? Do I need to pass it? And he loses the ball. Like, that's happening way too often now for him, especially when it's very close to the edge of the box of the opponents. He's having, I don't know, is it doubts? I don't know. Because technically, he's good enough, but he's overthinking it, and he loses possession too often in not dangerous areas where you're like, oh, now it's going to cost us, but it's going to cost us in terms of we could have got a goal here or something like that. Like, we could have created something dangerous, but he messes that up. So he needs to improve that. And I've said it so many times. I believe he can because he has all the technical abilities to do so. But as of now, it's not coming off. Like, it's not coming off. For Locatelli, same thing. Like, I know what he does well, and I know he can do so much better, but it's very inconsistent with him during the games. Like, sometimes he plays the ball, and I'm like, wow. And then 1 minute later, I'm like, damn it, that's that's a really poor pass to play. So that's it with Rabiot. Same thing. You know what you're gonna get with Rabiot. It's very vertical, but it's not spectacular. It's just, if he doesn't get a goal, Rabiot, you will probably not notice that he has played. If I don't want to be harsh, but like, he's that type of player. Like, if he doesn't pop up with the goal, you kind of forget he actually played, and that's just the style. That's who he is, and that's what it will be. Up top, Chiesa, he got his goal. He deserved that goal because he made the most of it. Didn't have the best of games, especially link up. I thought that was missing again. Vlahovic, because I will do player ratings. Just that's why I'm skipping. I'm not gonna blame a player for missing pens. It was a poor pen, by the way, but he is the main taker, so he will miss and he will score goals. Let's say we'll stay here for 7 years. We will see another few misses from Vlahovic. Like, it is what it is, but that was actually a very poor pen, and he knows that. But overall, it wasn't a great game to watch. It's kind of like last season, and I think we just need to settle with it because that's what I think what we're going to get from now until the end of the season. We're going to win games, and we're going to lose a bunch of them, and we will have the same type of season we had last season, because that's what my takeaway is from those first 3 games. There was a few changes, but overall, if you just sit back and look at it, it's basically the same as last season. It is. Side note, Pogba seemed like he was limping. He took a knock. I want to say let's hope it's nothing, but it's probably going to be something, because that's the situation. So let's see how that will go. But let me know in the comments what you made of the game. Like the video, subscribe. I will do the player ratings. That will be more spicy. So feel free to also comment on that video. Keep it clean, because I will keep it clean. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.